What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another reaction video, and I'm back into it, guys. I'm sorry about the lack of videos last week, but once again, you know, just life takes over and you got to take care of stuff. But I'm back into it now, guys. I've got a good week ahead and I'm very excited. And I thought, just because we've just had the Super Bowl now and the season's over, I thought, why not react to the guy who, you know, the big one is named after, Vince Lombardi. So a couple of you guys have definitely asked me to check this guy out. Now I actually, the reason that I haven't done any research on him whatsoever, I don't know if he was a player. From what I can see, he looks like he was a coach, but I don't know if he ever played or not. And the reason that I don't do much reactions or much research before I come and watch the videos is because that, to me, that kind of limits or, you know, inhibits the interaction that we have. You know, me and you guys as subscribers, because, you know, I love asking questions and I love you guys, you know, telling me the answers down in the comments, or, you know, something that, you know, I missed, or, you know, whatever it may be, or a little piece of history, or maybe a story that you have personally about, you know, that person. And so to me, and I love that. I love it. But, you know, if I went and just discovered everything about him beforehand, then that might, you know, it might narrow it down. So I've picked, it looked like there were a few good videos to choose from. So I've chosen maybe 2 or 3 videos that I thought looked kind of good, but also covered a kind of wide variety of stuff. So if there's a better one, you know, I don't think I will choose a Football Life series to react to on my channel, because they're just too long. They're about 45 minutes long, and so that would just turn into you know, almost hour-long videos to upload. So this one, I've chosen 3 videos, and it might come out to about 16-17 minutes long, so I'm not going to talk for any longer. And the first video coming up is Vince Lombardi, A Football Life, The Ice Bowl. So it looks like this one's been shortened down to 10 minutes. So let's check it out.
Each year you have different motivating features, and at this particular time we're going to try to repeat.
Packers coach.
No modern-day NFL team had ever won 3 championships in a row, and Vince Lombardi's attempt at the feat didn't come easy. The Packers were aging and racked with injuries. They looked exhausted, as did their head coach. He drove himself and he drove his players and coaches to the point where he'd had it. You know, I thought he had just absolutely burned himself out.
I compared him to a president of the United States who is in office as a young man, he's fresh-faced, you know, all bright-eyed and everything, and after about 3 years, he looks haggard, and he looks gray, and he looks worn, and he looks aged.
Too much stress.
In '67, Coach Lombardi looked that way. He looked gray, and he looked tired.
Lombardi's health was deteriorating. He had ulcers, he had stomach problems. He might have had other more serious problems. Several times his friends urged him to get a colonoscopy. And in the horrible, immortal last words, he said, "I'm not going to let somebody stick that up my ass."
Hobbled though they were, Lombardi's Packers pressed on and returned to the NFL championship game for a rematch with the Dallas Cowboys.
Sounds like a tough dude.
Let's look ahead to Sunday. The Dallas Cowboys, and for the whole works.
That's right. Al, this is the big game of the year, and we're real happy we're going to play in Green Bay. Let me say that. And our field is going to be in good shape because unless something happens to that electric blanket we have out there.
Coach Lombardi invested a great sum of money on the electric coils that went underneath Lambeau Field. They were designed to keep the field from freezing, obviously, and it was a new concept.
He said, "Let me tell you what we did to this field. He's got this city of wires underneath the turf. Throw the switch, everything's going to melt, we're going to be fine, the field's going to be in good condition."
That was Lombardi's baby, and he just loved to show people this control
That's
panel
cool.
downstairs. It looked like something you'd see in a submarine. There were all these handles and valves and cranks and all this stuff.
We're all in there, and the lights are blinking. He's a mad scientist. He doesn't know a damn thing about it. He says, "Field electrified."
This is my pride and joy out here. This field here. Let's not cut it up. Lombardi was the world's greatest control freak. There's no question about that. But the one thing he couldn't control was weather.
As the sun rose on game day, Lombardi had become as helpless as the ground beneath him.
The field, it had been covered the night before. The heat was coming up through the ground and bringing the moisture with it. And as they peeled the tarp off, the field was damp, and it was fairly soft. But as the cold worked on it, it started to freeze. And you could just see the field turning color, starting in the north end zone and going to the south. And all of a sudden we think, oh my God, Coach Lombardi's field is frozen.
So wait, they couldn't have the wires on because the whole field became electrified. So they could only do it overnight, but it was so cold that it froze the next morning.
He turned to Chuck Lane.
Ooh, must have been
said,
freezing.
Chuck, you better go and tell the coach.
I'd probably been better off telling him that Marie was running around on him.
He was just livid. Not because of the players playing on ice. He looked bad.
And Lombardi's looking at the field, you know, and he says, it's going to be all right. This is terrible. It's just terrible.
The stage was set for a game that even before kickoff
That looks cold.
Nickname, the Ice Bowl.
The field grew worse as the game wore on.
I just got all cold watching that.
And it was a skating rink more than a football field.
Oh,
The
man.
Packers took a 14-0 lead. And then, as wind chill temperatures reached minus 38 degrees, their offense froze.
Footing was so bad, and the hands were so cold, and the receiver
nice hit.
catching the ball was difficult. So one score could make a big difference.
Man, why are these guys not playing with gloves?
I hate to say it, but I had lost faith in the offense. I really had, because they hadn't done a thing. They had shut the offense down completely.
So we get the ball, 4.5 minutes to go. We got 65 yards to go to score.
Starr takes the snap. He's back to throw. He's got the time. Looks out to the right side to Donnie Anderson. Gets by one man. He's at the 40-yard line.
Nice little move.
And they started moving.
Flips the pass. It's complete to Chuck Mercedes. He's at the 25, the 20, down to the 15.
Got around him. Another little move. Nice. Oh my goodness, that must be
The
cold.
most adverse conditions they had ever faced, the Packers moved down the field in 9 plays and into position to score a game-winning touchdown.
Right there.
Actually, I was looking for a suggestion from Jerry Kramer and Forrest Gregg as to what particular type of play and what kind of blocking that we should particularly run in that area.
The players spotted a weakness in Dallas defensive lineman Jethro Pugh.
They said, we can wedge Pugh if we have to. You know what? I said, we can wedge Pugh if we have to. That's right.
Pugh goes down easy.
Even, so he can get on the middle.
It's a give and take. I'm not the complete autocrat here, you see.
Tactics, man. Awesome.
The Packers had identified their target.
Nice.
The real enemy was the ice.
So we called the play twice. The backs were
Stop.
slipping and sliding and couldn't get back to the line of scrimmage.
The handoff goes to
Oh, they all did. Look, they all just slipped over the whole line.
And then we take our final timeout, and Bart asked me if I could make a block.
Can you get your footing for one more wedge play?
Yeah, I think so.
So I ran to the sideline, got over there, and I said, Coach, there's nothing wrong with the play. I said, the backs simply can't get to the line of scrimmage because the ground is so hard there. I said, I'm standing upright. I can shuffle my feet and lunge in. All he said at that time was, well, then run it, and let's get the hell out of here. And I'm laughing like I am now, going back to the huddle. And I'm trying to not let anybody see me laughing because it just broke me up. That was his response.
Oh, that was awesome.
The Green Bay Packers they are still inches away from that goal line.
On 3rd down with 16 seconds to go, Lombardi gambled everything.
Getting rid of the ice.
One last play.
And Landry would have called a rollout, and a lot of people would have called a rollout.
Watch that star now, come on. He fakes it.
Lombardi wanted to run the wedge play. If you can't gain a yard, you don't deserve to be champions.
Here are the Packers. 3rd down, inches to go. To Bader.
So what are we doing? Quarterback sneak here.
Star begins the
Is that what I gathered?
Takes the snap.
Yep. Got it. Whoa! Destruction.
My perspective on the last drive in the Ice Bowl is that is the culmination of everything Lombardi and his Packers had been preparing for all of those 9 years together.
9 years, man.
We got a little commitment, a little discipline, a little perseverance, a little preparation, a little consistency, a little intensity.
Epic.
We reached down, we got a little bit of Lombardi.
Sick.
Brookshire is interviewing Coach Lombardi.
Slow motion now as Jerry Kramer makes a key block for Bart Starr on this quarterback sneak for the winning touchdown.
And he runs a play.
It was a quarterback sneak. I called it.
Way to go, Jerry! Way to go!
Nobody got a -2 on the final play of the Ice Bowl. But even as Lombardi had accomplished his goal of winning 3 straight titles, he was strangely detached.
Your story's outside, not here.
We get in the car, and he turns to me and says, "You just saw me coach my next to last football game."
Super Bowl II would be the final game Lombardi coached as a Packer. In beating the Raiders, Lombardi went out a champion.
Oh,
He
nice.
had done what no other NFL coach had accomplished, winning 5
Awesome.
titles in 9 years. 2 weeks later, the Lombardi era officially ended.
Gentlemen, let me introduce to you the new head coach of the Green Bay Packers, Mr. Phil Bankston.
Good stuff, man. 9 years
I
of
think that in part it was the accumulation of the stress. I think
Dominating.
it was partly his health. I think he was afraid, honestly, about what would happen to him if he kept coaching.
mate. Looks like a bit of a legend. Alright guys, well I guess you could call that one my reaction to Vince Lombardi and the Ice Bowl. So you guys have actually wanted me to check out the Ice Bowl, so I'm glad to check that one out as well and see what that was all about, because man, they look pretty darn cold. Must have been crazy playing on that surface though, like frozen, like a layer of ice on the field. Must have hurt, man, landing on that. Anyway, we've got what's the next video? We've got number 10 Vince Lombardi, top 10 mic'd up guys of all time. This should be pretty funny.
Vince Lombardi. Vince Lombardi is an icon of NFL coaching, but it's his voice that made him a legend.
There's this mythical, legendary figure, and a lot of it is what he had to say. And the way he said it, people all over the place will repeat Lombardi.
What the hell's going on out there?
What the hell is going on over here? Like, everybody knows who that is. I think people would say, yeah, that's probably the greatest coach of all time. What the Wirings did, it humanized him in a way that just the raw data does not.
So we're going to use the 4 picks for this thing. That's the best one right there. That was the best one right there.
He was one of those voices, not so much like a drill instructor, but when he spoke, he commanded your attention and he commanded your respect.
If you look at this play, what we're trying to get is a seal here and a seal here, and try to run this play in the alley.
Vince Lombardi, pretty intense. He once said, "Show me a good loser, I'll show you a loser."
What are they doing to the center of that line out there? Too much out there!
This is not a guy I want coaching my kid's soccer team.
If you were dragging your rear end in the mud, you were going to know it. And the next play, if you weren't doing what he asked you to do, you were out.
I'll tell you something, Leroy, you're not going to get your job back unless you
A real no-nonsense guy.
Let's go now. A little life out here. Let's have a little life out here. We look like we're
everything. It's the only thing. Is there anything better than that? Like, really, in life? Congratulations for the second year in a row.
So wait, what was the trophy called before?
Like, you crave it. Like, there's got to be more.
The Lombardi.
Is there the unreleased history of Vince Lombardi? Like, you want more.
Everybody grabbing out there. Nobody tackling. Just grabbing, everybody. Grab. Nobody tackling.
Mate, that's hilarious. Yeah, actually, wait, where are we at now? We're at 17 minutes, so I might actually just call it. I'll leave the third video. But yeah, that's it, guys. That's my look into Vince Lombardi slash the Ice Bowl. So that was a good time. I really appreciate that one. And yeah, if there's anything else I should know about him or that I missed, or you know why the Lombardi Trophy, the Super Bowl trophy, is named after him. Yeah, and that's about it, guys. Please smash the like button. Let me know of other guys to check out like this, and subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later.